Hey, everybody, it's Congressman Jamie Raskin calling out to you from Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. I want to say hello to all my wonderful Tom Paine friends out there. I know you've been celebrating at the Tom Paine Festival between the 16th and 18th of June. Alas, I could not join you because we are deeply involved in our hearings on the violent attacks on America in the January 6th insurrection and the attempted political coup against our democracy. So that's the only thing that has kept me from being there with you. I know that you are celebrating the grand opening of the Tom Paine New Rochelle Center, which will be a nationwide attraction and destination for lovers of democracy and freedom all over the country and all over the world. What a great thing this is. I cannot wait to get up there to see it. I hope I am able to successfully follow in your footsteps with passage of the resolution I've introduced HR 6720, whose purpose is to establish a memorial to Tom Paine in Washington, D.C. on the Federal Mall to ensure his proper and rightful place in the pantheon of American heroes. And in that pantheon, I would say Tom Paine almost as pride of place because he wrote Common Sense in 1776, that the explosive document that really became the blueprint for the writing of the Declaration of Independence. He wrote Common Sense. He wrote The Age of Reason, and he taught us that we can't have one without the other. There's no common sense if we're not living in an age of reason, and there's no age of reason if we're not using our common sense. The human mind is too frail and too fragile an instrument. It is too prone to cultish thinking and conspiracy theory and ideological dogma and totalitarian thought processes. We got to avoid all of that and use our common sense, use our reason, use our logic, and use our recourse to facts and data and science. And nobody was more passionate about science and reason than the great Tom Paine. At the same time, he understood the fundamental importance of compassion and solidarity and appealing to the positive emotions in order to make progress for society. So Tom Paine was a believer in democracy. He was a great believer in the Constitution, but he said, let's not brag about our Constitution until there are no paupers left, until everyone can enjoy freedom and everyone can have a decent quality of existence. So the man still has so much to teach us. That's why I'm thrilled to join all of the Tom Paine people in fighting for memorials to Tom Paine and fighting for education about Tom Paine, so we can continue to imbibe the spirit of freedom and democracy that runs through all of his work. Thank you for creating the new Tom Paine New Rochelle Center. That's awesome. I want to thank the organizers and the visionaries of this festival and everyone who is working to keep the spirit of the great Tom Paine alive in America, because he came over, he fell in love with America. He said we would become an asylum to humanity, not an insane asylum, mind you, but a place of refuge for people fleeing from religious and political and economic oppression from all over the world. And he said that the cause of America would become, in large part, the cause of mankind if we could make multiracial, multi-ethnic, liberated, feminist, constitutional democracy work here. We could make it work all over the world. And so that is the vision. That is the more perfect union we're fighting for. Thank you all for doing what you're doing. And I hope we will continue to celebrate many successes again together in the future.